voice of amber. Give me a breath like the fire you'll soon remember. I'll be inflating till the end of singing. Drowning out all this propaganda. How do you do?
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a new LEGO military video, today with the F-22 Raptor version 3 from United States of America. So welcome back for this first video of the new year 2024 with the third update of one of my favorite and probably best aircraft design so far, the F-22 Raptor. The first two versions, well, the second one was actually quite good. Here you can check all of them together, so 1, 2 and 3, the evolution of these aircraft during the time. The first one probably is 6, 7, maybe 8 years old, so it's been a long journey until now, but as usual, a few reminders, especially for who is new here on my channel. Check the caption of the video to find many useful links. For example, you can get the instructions to build this aircraft, the parts to build it, third-party bricks that are a cheaper solution, especially for some colors, so you can build it with my instructions and original Lego bricks, or using third-party bricks that I use them as well. The company is called WeBrick. Here on my back on the table you can see a mess, but these mess are bricks sent by them to make my prototypes. I use them to test build my designs, and that's why I can recommend them to you. Or you can find also the full set, again third-party bricks, this time from Let Bricks, where you get both instructions and parts, and you don't have to get anything else. You will receive everything at home, you only need to build it. Other reminders, check the caption of the video again to find also the playlist with my all other Lego creations, so if you like this one you can check also the others. And I think we can start with this huge update for the new year. Again, here you can see all of them together. From the first one to the second, I improved something, especially if you check the tail here. I adjusted the proportions a little bit, but overall they are similar. This one, I think especially in the nose section, you can notice a huge difference. And actually also if we check them from the front, maybe you can notice something here. The thing I like most is that it's not completely different. The real core of the design is still the same. But stop speaking, let's check it, and you're right. So let's check the features of this aircraft. Here inside you can see I already have a pilot, this because this is in minifigure scale. I think it's obvious, but better to tell you. To open the cockpit you have to remove this little part here, just a second, and then you can open the cockpit this way. Inside we have the pilot. Today pilot name is Jean-Claude, typical American name, obviously. And for now we don't need the pilot anymore. It was just to show you its minifigure scale, but it's not really needed. Inside you can see some instruments. This can be customized with something you like most. Of course, here we have an HUD, even though in the F-22 I think is now integrated in the helmet, but it looks nice, so why not? Here you can see, of course, the seat. If you can see some bright green parts, these can be customized with any other color because they are internal and not so visible. In fact, this one, see, it's being covered by this part after you close the cockpit. The nose, as I told you before, have been updated. Now it's much better. Also the air intakes of the engines, and I added these little printed parts from Star Wars, I suppose. I'm not totally sure. I think it's from the X-Wing from Star Wars. Of course, you can also do not use it or use a custom sticker, whatever you prefer. Now let's continue on the top first, so we can check first the top section and then I'll show you the bottom, then the weapons and the stand. Here what you can see, it's already open, is the internal main gun, something that was not present on my previous F-22 design, and when you don't need it anymore you can simply close it this way. Okay, so now it's hidden inside. It's slightly different from the other side, but I think you can almost do not notice the difference, especially from a little bit further away. This section here can be opened this way, 1 and 2, and here is where the air refueling probe connects. And let's continue here. On the tail we have many moving parts, and I'll show you all of them very fastly. I think it's pretty obvious that these parts can move. We have this one here, we have this one here that can go down like this. Of course it's the same on the other side, while here we may move maybe this part of the tail here, up and down. Maybe we can move now this one that goes right and left. Maybe we can move this one, I don't know, maybe this one left, and this one maybe right, like this. For the engines, these are thrust vectoring, so you can move them maybe up like this, and of course also down. So now I'm moving both of them together. For this one I want to slightly close them this way, completely open them. You can move them a lot. And for the top section, I think that's all. For the internal base, here we have one on the side. This one is already open, also this one is already open, and here is closed, just to show you the difference. This one can open like this, so 1 and 2 this way, and inside you see we have a connection point for the weapons. Usually here you place the sidewinders. Where you get the weapons? Well, with this design, and actually with all my aircraft, you also get the aircraft weapons pack with all my weapons, and you can choose which one you want to use and how many of them. These are the weapons I'm talking about. I designed many of them, and you can choose the one you like most. You can also find, for example, here this huge one is a Tomahawk missile, for example. Here you can see rocket launchers, helicopter missiles like the Hellfires from the Apache, fuel tanks in different dimensions, pylons to place the weapons on. Here you can see some minifigures. These are needed only for me when I have to make my prototypes, so they are not included. Maybe we can check with this one. Yes, why not? So you can choose the weapon you like most and how many of them you want. Maybe you want 2 sidewinders, or maybe you want 4 to place in the internal bay, the main one present here. You can choose what you prefer. In this case, let's take just one, and this one can be connected inside here, okay? And you have the sidewinder, but again, you won't use it inside the main internal bay, no problem. So take this one out. Let's open the internal bay, the main one, and here you can place this one inside here, but in this case you can use more of them, maybe 3 for example. I think it looks nice. That's up to you, choosing what you prefer. In this case we may leave this one inside here, for example, that's at the window, and for the main internal bay we can choose smart bombs like JDAM, Poway. Here you can see many of them. You may need some connecting points like this one, for example, to just give it a little bit of space from the top. This is the result. Maybe we can add 2 of them if the program help us. Not so much, thank you. Okay, 1 and maybe 2 of them the way, 2 Poways. I think they look so nice, but you can choose again the weapons you like most. And this aircraft also has external payload. It's not usually adopted because in that way you lose the stealth feature. For a stealth aircraft is not the best choice, but you can still add them. So let's say you want to add some, I don't know, maybe the fuel tanks, because you have to reach a very far destination. You can choose maybe this one that is the largest I designed so far. So you may connect this one, maybe one here, and now we have it with the fuel tanks, for example. or maybe you want to add some external weapons. Here in the aircraft ordnance spec you can find also some pylons in the different sizes, so you can choose the one that match better your decision. And once you decide which one you want, let's say we want to use maybe this one, you can choose also the weapons to connect it. Maybe here the AMRAAM, maybe, why not? Maybe yes. Maybe we can connect an AMRAAM below this one with the pylon, and let's go here and let's connect it here this way, 1 and 2, and boom, now you also have external weapons. I do not recommend them honestly, simply because again it's not stealth anymore. I think the best design you can obtain is when everything is stealthy, so I do not recommend them, but I leave you the option. Last thing we can check are the landing gears that are retractable. So for the front landing gear is very easy. You have to simply push this one inside the bay here, and then you can close the little 2 hatches, so one and the second one here. Okay. While for the back landing gear is a little bit more complicated, but not so much. The only thing you have to do is first move the landing gear slightly backward this way. This one unlock to keep it into position, so you can open this one and now fold it inside the space present here. So you can simply push this one down until it's inside and close here the lock again, so it's not needed anymore to keep it into position. In this case it's only needed when open, simply to sustain the weight of the landing gear, and then you can close this little part here this way. Okay, this one is the simple hatch of the landing gear. You can put it down this way and cover everything like this. And here you can connect a stand that you can design yourself. You can choose a custom one, or you can use my stand, the one I designed, that you can find as a free tutorial here in the right top corner, or caption the video in the usual playlist. And this is the final result in the flying configuration with my stand, but you can use your own if you prefer. And that's it. We had a lot of things to check. For the first video of the year, I think it's a nice start. It's not a new design, I know it's an update, but come on, I think at this point, calling this V3 a simple update, what do you think? For me it was totally worth it. Let me in the comments what you think about it, and see you again, as usual, next week in a new video. Bye!